Thank you to another episode, Shoot the Shit. I know we've been on hiatus for let's say for a year now, but things happen. It is what it is, trying to get everything going good during this quarantine. But today I got my boy with me since grade school. My boy Gibbs is coming through. We're going to have a couple of discussions, and let's see what we're going to get up onto. But, one of the things I want to talk to you about, Skills, you're probably one of the people that I would probably come to and talk to about, like, a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, views and things of that sort. So, one of the questions I got for you, how you been holding up during the quarantine, I should say, or I'm not going to say I believe that it's fugazi, but it is what it is. We are going through quarantine.
Nah, it's definitely not fugazi, yo. This couple co-workers at the job passed away. You know what I'm saying? They hit home. Yeah, I had to take a time out, man, when it really started, like, taking off. I wowed out on management, the whole nine. I'm like, yo, y'all not doing enough for us here. We don't got the stuff we need, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was borderline on the verge of quitting, yo. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was tough, man. Stuff hit me different. As far as quarantine, like, I didn't have one. I just found out I'm an essential worker. You know what I'm saying? So I've been working. Yeah. Never knew, But I've been working throughout the shit. Trying to stay safe and yeah. So I wish I had the downtime. I could have honed in on some of my hobbies or my skills.
Do you think your job basically took it, like, serious when it first happened, or it just gradually started taking it serious?
Because again, the government didn't. You know what I'm saying? So Jokers was playing with it, and lady that worked in the office passed away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just took her paperwork the Friday before she passed away, man, and I was hurt, yo. I was hurt. And I went in, I spazzed out on them. I'm like, yo, y'all trying to keep this under wraps and not telling us what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, close the shit down for a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Let's figure this out or whatever. But y'all want people to put your life on the line. So,
See, to me, I feel like, being at my position at work, sometimes people would have a tendency to believe, like, oh, no, because you up in management, this is what you think. I'm trying to tell people, like, look, I'm at the same job as you. You know what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, I can get it just like you can get it. But it's just like, to me, I think we don't know as a people how deep it actually is, or how fugazi it could possibly be. I'm not saying that it ain't. I'm not saying it is, because obviously there's people fucking passing away from it. But
yeah.
I done seen people, like, dope heads on the street with asthma walking around with pumps and all this, and they still good and cool.
Yo, dope heads are invincible, yo. That ain't no corona stopping that. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I think to a certain point, I guess what they're doing now is, like, they're saying that some people are asymptomatic, so we just walking around the streets regardless and not even worrying about shit affecting us.
All right, so even if that was a scenario or possibility, you give people that option. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, this is out here. If you feel you want to come to work and deal with this shit, come through. You know what I'm saying? Like, if not, stay home, and there's no, like, you know what I mean, repercussions from it or whatever. Like, but they didn't even give Jokers the option. They didn't say nothing.
But look, I had to be devil's advocate. All right, you stay home. So it seemed like what you're saying is that the option that people want to have is, you know what? I don't feel comfortable. I'll stay home, but I still want you to fucking pay me up. Is that what you said?
Well, or no pay or whatever. Again, like, give somebody an option. Don't try to keep it under wraps. Or, you know what I mean? I don't know if they was waiting for a cue from upper management to how to, you know what I mean? Like, people dying and people at risk, and, you know what I mean? You looking at the news and, people in paranoia, you know what I'm saying? We ain't had no toilet paper, niggas running around. you know, shit
Fuck that.
paper.
I
You know
think
what I
that's
mean?
I think that's what made this shit fugazi when they start talking about toilet paper, yo. It's just like
That shit,
then you got
like,
Trump
it,
throwing Puerto Ricans goddamn paper towels. So I
yo, it
mean,
took
look,
me
man.
a month to get some, and it was an inside source. I knew somebody that worked at King's, and she smuggled me a goddamn pack of a toilet paper. It was real in the field, yo. I was everywhere looking for it. You go to the store. I took my mother to the store. You know what I mean? Obviously, to stock up on food, and she had some turkey wings and some chicken. They said you gotta pick one or the other. My mother said there's two different things. She like, no, you got. She was in there tripping. My mother about to kick up in that motherfucker.
I was in motherfucking Costco. They was telling you they had the packs and shit, and you be like, nah, you either get that one. You can only have before meats and shit. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, so,
it is what
that
it is.
added to the paranoia. You couldn't find no tissue, no Lysol, none of that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you going to work and nobody's saying nothing. Like I'm telling you, it was just like this shit wasn't even happening. You know what I mean? So
So you think it's over?
no.
Because you do know they talking about like on the 15th, Governor Murphy gonna come up and say, because I go to this spot and they was like, look, we about to start like the restaurants starting to let the places that you go outside to eat at, that's where they're gonna let you go out and eat. They're not and having limitations inside to how many people can come inside and eat.
I don't care what Murphy say, my monkey ass ain't gonna be out. Yeah, and again, like I can't front. I had to like deplug from the. I was watching the news every day, like just on it, and it was adding to my anxiety, everything. So I had to just like unplug from that
Hey,
shit for a minute.
hold on. It's 2020, and a motherfucker I knew from years and years and years ago using the word fucking anxiety. When the fuck you start using that motherfucking word, bro?
Yeah, well, my lexicon has expanded since we last corresponded. I ain't on that wave. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
I was about to say
Anxiety,
because I'm like, yo,
I'm not,
everybody their mother said.
yeah, I'm not diagnosed. Anxiety is a word separate from being diagnosed with anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So it's a word on its own. So it means being anxious. So yeah, yeah, no. So yeah,
This
no.
nigga been in that
Watching,
dictionary.
yeah, yeah. So but just watching the news every day, you know, it kept you like, you know what I mean, like. So I had to stop watching the news, man, because I was really freaking out. Like if I would touch something without my glove, I gotta go run in the building and wash my hands. And yeah, I was freaking. I mean, that's a good thing. You
But
obviously hope because I ain't catch the shit, but
but
still,
again, see,
it's a bad way to live.
propaganda. But propaganda, bruh. Because look, I do know for a fact you had a cookout, right? And you brought all
That was 2 weeks ago.
but just because we all cool, that don't mean we got corona.
It was 2 weeks ago, and it was 4 weeks ago. I mean, 4 people. It wasn't no stomp down shit like we used to have. It wasn't
Okay,
one of those.
but you don't know where what's the name was at. You don't know where what's the name was at. You don't know where what's the name was at. You don't know what's so again, it's the same shit.
But so me not watching the news operated in twofold. I wasn't as afraid as I was, but I did let my guard down a little bit. You know what I mean? So that probably wasn't good, but it did my mind a world of good. You know what I mean? So I had to find a happy medium. Like I couldn't walk around stressing all day. You know what I'm saying? And then the more I didn't see the shit on the news, the less I thought about it. You know what I mean? So
So
I was
you ain't
able to
fall for the propaganda no more. Cause I think
it
that's
ain't no propaganda, fam. It ain't propaganda, yo. That shit. I seen them motherfucking freezers outside of people. At least 10 people from the job passed away. It was maybe another 10 people that had it and recovered. So I'm call it what you want. I would never call it propaganda, yo. People lost their lives from that shit
I
that
mean,
I
look,
knew.
But look, I'm gonna look at it like, do I believe it exists? Yeah, it is obvious, and it's another form of a COVID disease that was already out there forever. But it just seemed like, I think a lot of the problems was it was so much shit being said. Because I seen something on Facebook, and it was this white woman talking about, like, she was acting like she was doing a news segment, and it was like, do this, do that, do this, do that, and it was just showing that it was just so much contradiction within the news of what to do with it. Just like I'm at work, people asking me questions, right? I'm like, well, shit, I don't know what the fuck it is. If the goddamn president don't know what it is, how the fuck I'm gonna know what it is? I'm not gonna know. So the only thing I could do is, like, to a certain point, oh look, I guess our boy Black still sending me messages right now.
Yeah.
But
And yo, I didn't turn my ring off, so if that shit buzzing, I forgot to turn it off. So if it start buzzing, don't worry about it.
nah. But when it's all said and done, it was all about the information that was being presented. And I think the issue is that we live in a country where, again, how much shit do we supposed to believe? And I mean, of course you got people dying, but look, it's just like what's going on right now. You have the protests, right? But you don't hear that much about the corona. Which you don't hear that much about corona. Guess what happens? We become at ease. Just like you said, you stop watching the news, which made you become a little at ease. So it's
yeah. Listen, I don't want to be the guinea pig for none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So by all means, go test the theory out. If you think that shit is a motherfucking fraud, you go hug 10 people in a row and lick their cheek and all that Charlie Murphy shit.
Well, on some real shit. But just to keep it 100 with you, I don't hug motherfuckers anyway, so I guess I was always prone to do good. But at the same time, you know, I said one thing about the corona and everything like that. I said it was a gift and a curse in a certain way, because what you learned was that, I think, well, for me, what I learned that with the corona, it helped me budget. It helped me realize, like, how much money I actually was spending that was frivolous. It let me understand that, like, what we actually do. I guess I just said that, frivolous money and frivolous spending, but it made you realize, like, you know what? I don't have to run out in these streets and spend money shopping, buying food. I don't have to go out. Why am I buying all these clothes to go? Like, you weren't buying clothes because you was going out that next week.
Oh no, it was some good sales going on. I was still my I still bought me some clothes, nigga.
Yeah, I know you gonna try to wild out even the motherfucker.
Hey, I'm a sucker for a sale. But damn, I should have turned that ring off. Don't sweat it. Yeah, but nah, yeah, it did all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But a joker like me, I like to read for pleasure. You know what I'm saying? So I was seeing a lot of people saying they were bored and all this and other shit, like, you know what I mean? But I was all right. I was in here painting, I was reading, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking, I dipped out a couple times, took some pictures, you know what I'm saying? So I was still fulfilled, you know what I mean? Even though I was working on my days off, my downtime, it wasn't like I was beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it exposed jokers to themselves, like how shallow jokers are. You know what I'm saying? Like you need a crowd, you need a company, you need, you know what I mean, all this other stuff to be fulfilled. But when it's just you by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you sit there and you know what I mean, like deal with yourself. You know what I mean? Like be content with yourself. And so I think more so than that, a lot of people are trying to hone in on
Your phone.
make like a second income or get some skills, or you know what I mean, like this they use it productively, but it did expose that they were lacking that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Some people.
I definitely realized, like, I would say, even when you put me D with that, those classes that you can actually take, what it made me realize was I'm mad that you ain't tell me about that shit sooner. Because I realized I was like, I know, obviously, but I like the good thing is each one still teach one. But the bottom line, to know that something like that exists, I wouldn't have knew that. And so,
Yo, fam, no bullshit. I just peeped it yesterday. I saw the XL one, and you know, my wife was interested. But when I saw the other one, as far as with the Photoshop and I just saw that yesterday. I purchased it and then I forwarded it right to you ASAP. Like I might have sent it to you before I even bought it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like I was holding on to. I just saw that yesterday. You know what I mean?
but
So
that's what I'm saying. A lot, it's like some of the opportunity that we still have because let's be honest, the world ain't back to what it should be, regardless. But it's like what we do with the time that we do have. The fact that we don't have to run the street. And now that's really saying to yourself, like, you know, okay, I'm not running the street. I'm not doing this. I can't create the excuses that we normally create. So, okay,
yeah,
well, being at you home, what are you going to do for yourself to progress yourself? Whether or not it be a hobby, whether or not it been something that you wanted to learn. So now, when this shit is all over, the real question is, what the fuck did you do during the corona and what did you do to better yourself?
yeah.
And that right there is the problem that I always find, like, you know, we as a people, and I'll say we as I'm gonna just say we as black folks, we don't take advantage of. Sometimes we will sit and look at a situation in which we always feel like we gotta feel sorry for ourselves, but the fact of it is we don't. We have to look at the real situation we're in and seeing a different way of how to come out of the situation. Because I said one thing great about it was during the corona happening, I saw the verses happen. And I was like,
Oh
to
man,
be honest with you, that
you
was genius.
that D nice, that Saturday night when Michelle Obama, Oprah, everybody, yo, I was actually in there, you know what I mean, like early too. So that was magical. But then the verses kicked off, and you know, we always create something from nothing, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it wasn't a surprise, but yo, man, it was definitely a welcoming sight, like especially at that time because that was like early on when the stuff was kicking out. You know what I mean? But like just to go back to the wrap up about the quarantine and all that stuff. But I was always an advocate of adult people having a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it was your side hustle or whatever, just something that you like to do. You know what I mean? Like you talk to some people and they were like, "What you do?" "Oh, I go to the movies. I do that." You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you need something creative to do to get your mind going. You know what I'm saying? And I hope Jokers took this time. If you was curious about something, maybe you went that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah. So yeah, but back to the versus joint. That was a well, you know, we all music fans. You know what I mean? So I loved it. I watched every one with the exception of I didn't catch the
you probably didn't catch the Neo and Jonah Austin.
you know what, the early ones I can't I didn't catch. I got onto it late.
Yo,
Um
you got to look at the Neo one. I thought that was the best one until I seen the Beanie Man and goddamn
yeah,
motherfucking
yo,
yo.
I was watching that in the kitchen washing my dishes. It was probably the best one because they was both in the same
Yeah, the
room and
same
then they
room.
was performing live. So they just
They just
added
said fuck
so
Corona.
many different elements to it. You know what I
They
mean?
said fuck Corona. That's why it was good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're in Jamaica, so you know. Yeah, yeah. That heat in Jamaica ain't let no Corona get over that motherfucker. They red stripe over there, not Corona. Nah. But nah. That yo,
Right. But
yeah, yo.
that's what I'm
I
talking about. You got that wit. You got that
yeah.
wit.
Yo,
Nobody would have
I
caught
would
that red
love,
stripe shit.
I would love for them to find a way to monetize this shit,
All
man.
right, so what I realized is that with the verses, what it did for a lot of the artists like Benny Man was like to a certain point, it gave more people views onto his page, therefore going to Apple Music to be able to purchase some of his songs. Because I'm not gonna lie, it made me want to go to his catalog to see what type of music he had. So I mean, to me, it's doing something for him in a way.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and yeah, I'm the girls them sugar, so I fuck with Beanie, you know. But yeah, I think they should get like a direct check, like not just like residuals, like more streaming or more followers, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
cause that's a
do you think that's what Instagram was made for?
no, it wasn't. And so again, making something out of nothing, we using it for you know what I mean, like to expand it essentially, because a lot of people didn't even have Instagram, but they tuning in now to watch the verses. You know what I'm saying? So it's benefiting them 100-fold. But why it's not benefiting the artist or Tim or Swiss? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
other than getting more followers, I'm saying they need like a cash payment, not just.
but here's the thing, and it's only one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they not selling goddamn waistbands and nothing like that. So you know what I mean? They not getting no benefit from it like that.
Well, I hate to say this. There's only one artist that I've seen really do a concert on his YouTube page. That was Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez looked at what he was doing. He said he gave a concert with him and his people in the background, had his little computer out while he was still doing it, doing the songs. People were requesting songs for him to do. He was literally performing everything. And what he did was, like, you can tip, almost like a tip jar. And because I tip, like, I watch Corey Holcomb, right, 5150. And, you know, he doing his shit on YouTube, and I'll probably give him $5 here or something like that. But if you look at how many views he was getting while he was doing his YouTube live, and they were just paying, because this goes back to what I was saying before. You got, like, if you got 1 million followers, right? And they all tune in to watch you perform, and they only gave $1 each, you just made a motherfucking $1 million, bro.
Well, I was thinking that same thing when D Nice was kicking ass that night. I was like, yo, I don't know how the brother doing, but if everybody right now donated $1, and again, we were highly entertained, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope. So it was well worth more than $1. But if you only gave $1, everybody in the room, man, he hit that 100,000, like 110. And this shit, wow, man, I gotta take this shit off the phone. But
This shit vibrate.
yeah,
Shit.
yeah. I got security on the house. You know what I mean? These riots and shit, I don't know what's going on, but nah, I'm joking. But yeah, no. So you absolutely right, man. Like, you donate $1 for even if it's 1,000 motherfuckers in there. You know what I mean? You can't tour right now. You can't do nothing right now, really. So that's tour money minus all paying the venue and all that shit. You know what I mean? So that's true.
I think to me, that's the point. It's almost like we have to use things for what they're made for. You just saw, if Beanie Man and what's his name saw, let me say, what's the other dude name? I'm sorry.
Bounty Killer.
Yeah, Bounty Killer. I'm sorry, I was a Beanie Man person. So if they saw how much people watched or tuned in, that was then their opportunity to be like, yo, motherfuckers fucking with me. Let me see how I can use this internet shit to make some money. Now you're cutting out the middle fucking man. Because niggas sat home and enjoyed that motherfucking concert like it was some real shit. And and then that's why I said the Corona situation, it was a lot of shit that people saw like, you know what can I do with this shit? How can I take advantage of this situation? Even after the Corona's happening. You mean to tell me I'm an artist, right?
Mm.
I gotta wait to go on tours. Let me just do a quick one from my home right now. I could sing.
Yeah.
I could do it
Well,
live
so,
in
so
2
again, so like you said, so now I guarantee every artist got a home setup. They probably ain't have it before. You know what I mean? Like, so they got good speakers. They invested in their home to where they can do that actually, and do a show from home. You know what I mean? Like, how dope is that? How dope is, like you said, cutting out the middleman. I don't want to see the venues shut down because I love going to see live music, but as an artist, you cutting out a lot of overhead. Like, I'm shooting in my motherfucking living room, and the sound good, quality good. I'm the artist. I got the material. You win it. You win it.
and,
You know what I'm
and,
saying?
and
So
that's the point. So you're bringing in extra revenue, but that's the thing. This is almost the same thing that I always be saying. Like, you have to look at that opportunity to be able to make that extra income. And damn, my son trying to wild out and trying to bust in here. But you got to be able to recognize an opportunity. And that's what I'm saying. Even when you were telling me, like, yo, is Corona happening? These classes, take advantage of it. It's always something to do to better yourself. Because when that opportunity goes away, it's like, damn, I shoulda. And that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, you gotta be able to recognize the opportunity. Because again, this goes back to a lot of the shit that we talking about, and a lot of the things that even correlates to what's going on right now, even with the protests and everything of that sort. So it's like, we as a people got to recognize the opportunity, that window of time where we can jump in to get what it is that we need to get.
man, you mentioning the window, yo, it is a perfect segue because again, I don't think there's been another. And again, I do my independent reading, but I'm not like a historian or a sociologist and none of that stuff. But right now is a perfect. It's, the window is open, yo, for us to get a lot of stuff done. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, this coronavirus, it exposed the weakness of the healthcare system. It exposed essential workers and their low wages. You know what I'm saying? Like, reparations was all already something that was on the table, and this police brutality. So going into this election, which is, I mean, super important. Like, again, like, people, I don't want to. We have to vote. We have to vote in droves. We have to vote. It's so important because it's. I mean, it's hard for me to put it in words, but it's real important. All
I
those
mean,
things that I said are coming up. Are coming up. So if I'm a Democrat, I said, so if we could flip the Senate, right, 3 seats, keep the House, win the presidency, and now we got police brutality on the table. It is a hot topic right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we got white support. We got white support, which is important. Reparations was an issue. So even if we get like for them to look into it, you know what I'm saying? Like, form a committee, look into it, see what's going on. That's progress. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we got that. Healthcare, the corona exposed how weak the healthcare system is. You know what I mean? So that has to be addressed. You know what I mean? Single payer. The issues that we want done is right on the forefront, and then we have momentum right now. So if ever in history we was gonna get some stuff done, it'll be right now. And these young brothers and sisters, old, I mean, whoever, whatever the demographic out there that's putting the pressure on the system is making a world of difference. Like, even like me reading about the civil rights movement, there's never been an opportunity like this, like right now. education, the criminal justice system. Everything is on the table right now for black people. We got to keep the pressure on right now, and even if it's not everything, we're gonna get something. We're gonna get something.
No, because did you see what happened? They talked about just recently in Minneapolis. They're trying to do dismantle the police department, which I don't understand what the fuck that means. But they're saying that they want to dismantle. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a pessimistic type of person, but I'm like, I look at stuff like, I probably mentioned this to you before, but I look at shit like, we can't keep saying the government needs to do this, because we understand what this shit is not something that was done overnight. This was strategically done for a century and centuries upon centuries. But the interesting thing is, if I come to your house right now, right, and your house dirty and I got a bag of chips, right, 9 times out of 10, when I walk in your house, I'm gonna leave that bag of chips on the motherfucking floor
Yeah.
or on your table.
I got roaches, nigga.
Hey, you left your house dirty, nigga. So that's how I'm gonna treat it. But if I came to your house, right, and your motherfucking shit was spick spots clean, and I got this bag of chips, what the first thing I'm gonna say, hey, your Skills, where's your garbage so I can put this in there without you having to tell me? So in a way, that to me is showing that it's an old saying, like, if you want respect, you have to present that point of being a respectable type of person. Because let's say, I hate to say it, but the world that we really do fucking live in, we don't sometimes show ourselves to be that respectable sometimes.
Nah, but I reject that.
Okay.
Because again, like it's almost like you're taking the same stereotypes and throwing it back in our face. First of all, you don't know all black people, and you don't know how everybody live. You know what I mean? So to say we no, we don't live like that. You know?
All right. Now, the thing is like sometimes I just feel like with everything being said and everything that's being done, is like, sometimes I feel like we have to literally start supporting ourselves. And when I say support ourselves, it almost goes back to that same thing. Yeah, it's nice that we got this window to jump in and to do this, but we really had to start having some own accountability of the shit that we do and how the fuck we are perceived.
True, but so if you look back in the day, right? We live amongst each other. So now we so spread out that it is not really a community. Like for a lot of us, living in a white community is better because you think you made it more. You know what I mean? So we all spread out so that there's no community anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like the only community we have is social media. So we can't really shop with each other like that. You know what I'm saying? If you live in a predominantly white neighborhood because you think you made it, you're going to shop at a white shop because that's your shopping area. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we need to congregate again together. Like, you know what I mean? The lawyer, the teacher, the numbers runner, like that used to be Harlem back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And that was the community. That was the epicenter of black culture right there. You know what I mean? So now you in Montclair, you here, you there. You know what I'm saying? I'm there. Everybody's separate, trying to more or less outdo each other. You know what I mean? Like with what I have, where I live, how much my home costs. So it's really no community no more to like for us to coalesce together like that.
But again, what I'm saying is more or less like, I recognize this is that window for us to make the changes that you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's almost like the man who wins the lottery who ain't never had no money. Yeah, they fuck around and give it to you. It don't really mean that it fixed the other real issues because you didn't grow up having to understand how the value of money. So it's like, okay, I mean, obviously that's being human, right? For cops to treat us right in the judicial system.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this
yeah.
fix in the judicial system does not fix all the other shit because yeah, okay, cool. Because we're not all criminals, so we don't really look, nigga. You don't give a fuck about the judicial system because you ain't gonna do shit to get fucking locked up. So that ain't the shit that's stopping you.
But so what I do is I don't separate myself from the issues of my people. Like, so if it's not directly affecting me, that don't mean it's still not my issue. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you look at the statistics, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely it's a black issue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
so
it is because we're the ones affected by it.
So the people who already succumb to it, like who already been incarcerated, who has the F on their head, you know what I'm saying, the felony, they're already powerless. You know what I'm saying? They can't vote, they can't get a gun, they can't do a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So we still gotta fight for them, the ones who don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't care if it didn't happen to me personally. You know what I'm saying? But I'm riding for all my people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we entitled to shit, and yeah. I mean, we owe shit. Not even entitled. We owe shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a difference. Like, America always say, pay your debt to society, right? So if you do a crime, you pay your debt, you go to jail. If you damage somebody's property, insurance or whatever, you pay it. You pay that shit off. You know what I'm saying? America, you did a damage to us. You owe us. It's not like Jesus Christ. Yo, you owe us. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a handout, motherfucker. It's a payback. It's on your own system. Jesus Christ. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
you could have fixed the
Yeah,
motherfucking raccoons running through the yard.
yeah, so yeah, but it's you can't say pay your debt to society and then try to not pay, skip on your bill. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay this shit. You gotta pay this shit. And you owe it. It's not like a handout or nothing. You owe it. You gotta pay that. All this shit, all these rules shouldn't even be in place in the first place to be reversed. You know what I mean?
I
So
mean, I saw one of the best clips. It was a clip I sent y'all when we was on Facebook in reference to the female speaking about race and inequality when she was talking about the board game of Monopoly. And she was talking about white folks have been on playing Monopoly for the longest. They've been running around that board, collecting, earning these properties. And now we as a people, we get on that board finally able to play Monopoly. No matter how long we play, we ain't catching up.
no,
No way in motherfucking hell. It's impossible. And it was like even when it comes to reference to military, we had blacks, whether or not it was during slavery when we went to go fight for America against the British. We
See,
fought.
I'm on 5%. My shit about to die, yo. Word is born, but
All right, I guess I gotta stop it.
yeah, no. We gonna keep on till the wheels fall off. But,
Okay. So it's the same thing. Like we served during the Civil War, but the funny thing is we were promised like, hey, when you come back, you get freedom, right? But when we got freedom, we still wasn't awarded the things that the white soldiers were off. So property, all this.
let me do a quick rundown before my phone died. I feel like Teddy Riley. Look, slavery was fucked up. in itself, we owe for slavery. You had sharecropping after that, convict leasing. You had Jim Crow, redlining, mass incarceration. All these things were government sanctioned against us, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's no handout in there. At all these terms you took from us, all these terms we paying taxes and you take it from us. You took our taxes to build these roads, to build these suburbs. You know what I'm saying? You took our taxes to every program that's out, you took from us. You took from us. I don't give a fuck if you wasn't born when slavery was happening. You benefit from the residual effects from it. Again, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's owed to us. This Black Lives Matter shit, I never subscribed to it because saying it just feels funny. Because saying shit that's innately true is dumb. Like, you know, I know I fucking matter. Like, I don't have to say it and chant it and all that. You know what I mean? But whatever the movement is, I'm behind it.